All right, guys, giving you guys something while I'm having my morning coffee and the rooster's crowing over there. So I took a bunch of screenshots from some stuff. We just had a massive whale buy in Safuu. Massive 49,000. It's pretty big, bigger than we've had in like a couple months. So I'm gonna read you guys what I got as I'm drinking my coffee. All right, hold on a sec. It's loading up on my old phone. So, all right, so the whale buy this morning was $45,000, I guess, after the tax, which got that person 200,000 Safuu. Not bad. And they wrote at the bottom of, I guess when you make a whale buy, you can comment on it. This person wrote, "Buy now or cry later," with like the tongue sticking out emoji. Which made me think it was Brian, but I don't know. I'm sure people can tell if it's Brian or not. They know what his wallet was that he was using. So I don't know. The price before that whale buy was 20 cents. It's 0.202 to be accurate. And we had just over 14,000 volume before that. And after that, it brought us up to 0.214. I know like in Discord we were seeing 22 cents, but I'm looking, this says 0.214, so I'll look at Dex Screener as well. And it brought our volume up to 64,000. Let's see what Dex Screener had to say. So, okay. Yeah, the Safuu Discord, it says the price went up to 0.225. So 22.5 cents. Hey, Roscoe. Hey, big boy. I stepped outside and he's like, "Where'd you go?" Hey, big boy. Hey, big boy. And if you look at Dex Screener, it shows the $49,000 buy. It shows it just shot up. We're still having a lot more sells than buys. 71 sells to 24 buys in the last 24 hours. We'll probably have some more buys today, people FOMOing in. I'm not going to say that it's going to get to 15 cents because I have no clue. Lady Laughlin was even saying, "Guess those waiting for that 15-cent dip have to wait a bit longer." Yep, we sure do. We sure do. Might never even come. Might never even come. And then nachos, because Lady Bex had said she was waiting for 15 cents. And Nachos wrote, "We would actually need the market to really dump to get that price because our daily transaction quantity is only 95. We need 24-hour transaction quantity back over 1,000 to make bigger moves." So he's saying we don't even have enough transactions to get it down to 15 cents, which seems surprising, but Nachos knows this stuff better than I do. I don't know what Elliot was saying there. He said, Elliot said, "As I promised, if they buy $450,000 more, we can assign them a slot to take the SIF after the buyback, LOL. I guess he was saying if someone bought $500,000, then they could use some of the SIF or something like that. Someone said, "Keep that SIF chugging away until we get a best case use for it after, I guess, council." I forget what the rest of the comment said. Elliot said, "Yeah, we are definitely not burning the SIF just for a buyback. Makes 0 sense. Might as well send it to UNICEF if we just want to do buyback and burn, LOL." So Elliot not wanting to just buy back and burn with the SIF. Although a lot of people would disagree if the Discord comments represent the community in any way. Okay, I think I posted that twice. So, the Husk Miner was saying the cookie jar lid was removed. Now everyone thinks they know what's best for the funds, and none of them will admit what was happening before was working. The volume went away with the SIF. So you can't say it will take months to bring back SIF funds. Investors are scared because there are no rules and everything is subject to change. SIF, as much as I hate it, gave us volume and price. We were at 50 cents when it was last used, and the volume was 800,000 a day. Interesting. So a lot of people making a case for just using the SIF for buyback and burn. And I don't disagree with them. If you guys want to know my opinion, that's the Bible verse that's on my... A man's heart plans his course, but the Lord determines his steps. Proverbs 16:9. My wife got me that. Husk Miner says, not only did the crazy buy-sell whale leave, the biggest whale we have that never sells quit buying after we quit with the SIF. That's wallet number 3. I think he was talking about another whale. I don't think wallet number 3 is a whale necessarily. They buy in small amounts at a time, I think. Husk Miner, we were getting 100,000 in the SIF every couple days when we were using it. So making a case for just using that SIF for buyback and burns. Because Elliot seems to think it's a zero-sum game. Like you use it one time and then it'll never ever come back. People are making the case that when it was being used regularly, it was getting refilled regularly. So that is the thing that Elliot's a smart guy. I'm not saying he's not thinking of that, but that's the case that people are making, and I don't disagree with him. Tiki Barman wrote under 20 cents. Hope it doesn't go negative before SIF and Council do something. Huskmar, which this is, all these comments came before the whale buy this morning, just so you guys know. I gave you guys the latest news at the beginning of this video. Huskminer wrote, price is dropping because BNB is down. I see we still have many noob wallets to dump yet. Those noob wallets are probably kicking themselves after that whale buy. Although, I mean, you know, it was one whale buy. Hopefully there are others behind it, but it was just one so far. All right, I gotta finish drinking my coffee. Need to start getting ready for work soon. All right, Bullet had a lot to say this morning. Yes, hello, big boy. Hello. Bullet was saying, attracting the whales needs to be the priority right now. We will get them back if we all can vote to do 100% buyback burn. They only left after we stopped using the SIF. Then, when we reach a higher price, when not as much supply is being burned, we can take some risk and invest some of our SIF money, hopefully for the benefit of Safuu. I do think when that time comes, we should never invest more than 50% of our SIF funds towards other things, and the other 50% of SIF funds should always be towards buyback burn to be safe. We all want the same thing, burn the shit out of the supply, and this will achieve it. That's not a... I tend to agree with that. I don't know why Elliot is so against using the SIF for buyback and burns. Seems a little suspect to me, that's all. Bullet was saying, let's not reinvent the wheel when it worked before big time. Husk Miner was saying last SIF buy burn, we're at 50 cents with 800,000 daily volume. SIF filling 100,000 every other day. Bullet says, throwing SIF in Vulcan is risky. You really don't know what will happen here. Stick with buyback and burn and we will be good. Bullet has more to say. He has more to say. He said, I said this before, but I will say it again. We will hit 15 cents or maybe lower, and as long as we announce, like I said, this was before the whale buy. We will hit 15 cents or maybe lower, and as long as we announce that we will be using 100% of our SIF funds towards buyback and burn, watch the whales come back. They will come back and buy big, and we will be burning a shit ton of Safuu tokens like before. I hope that rooster is not too irritating to you guys. We could see really big burns again, like another 30%, bringing us over 90% fire pit like we did at these same price levels after the initial sacrifice. We cannot screw around and make speculative investments hoping to gain more value so we can sell and potentially burn more Safuu. Very risky. It could possibly work, but maybe not. I'd rather burn and be safe. Slow and steady wins the race. people were talking a little bit about the transfer, how they say transferring Safuu to Vulcan won't have a tax, but transferring Vulcan to Safuu will have that 5% tax. I don't see why not. I mean, Safuu doesn't have a transfer tax, so they're probably right about that. Let's see. I'm almost to the end. Look at that. Got through this quick. Husk Miner says we just want to go back to what was working before we got paused here. Bullet, because Alpha Capital was agreeing with Elliot, saying you don't throw this SIF and burn and expect miracles, which we already told you it won't happen. So Alpha Capital and Elliot on the same page. Bullet is responding to Alpha Capital, says the SIF buys never shot up the price high, so I don't know why people always reference the SIF as a huge burning mechanism. The SIF only spurred the whales to buy in like crazy and then sell like crazy, which did 95% of all of our burning. It's all about creating great pricing conditions for the whales to buy in, and then we pump the price to get the whales to sell so they can make money. We know they like to roll with the SIF, so we need to bring it back 100% and keep it rolling to burn our supply very quickly. So, SIF would bring back the whales. I believe it would, because that's when they were here, is when we were using that SIF. Bullet goes on to write, I can see it so clearly, just hoping others can too, because if for some reason the council decides to do something else with the SIF money, I don't know how things will turn out, which scares me, honestly. Yeah. 2 more days until we hear what the council has to say. So, and that will decide whether the community is bullish or bearish. So yeah, 2 more days. We're the 25th today. Yeah, and they are going to be confirmed on the 27th, and then they'll give us their ideas, and we'll know more on the 27th, and then like we'll know whether we are super excited about the direction we're going in, or whether people just absolutely hate it and are up in arms about it. So, you know, I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. I'd like to think that the council, you know, have some good ideas, but I have no idea. I don't know. I'm of the opinion to just buy back and burn. I'm a simpleton like that, but I don't make the rules. All right, guys, that's it. If you want to follow me on Twitter, because I post all this stuff on Twitter before I talk about it, I'm at Oliver78900. And if you could like, comment, subscribe, I'd appreciate it.